play a game.
We are anonymous.
Usually a date celebrated with bonfires and fireworks, but tonight the City of London has been overrun by thousands of masked protesters demonstrating against a range of subjects from austerity to mass surveillance.
Overrun by thousands of masked protesters.
Protesters from the global hacktivist group Anonymous marched from Trafalgar Square to the Houses of Parliament in a demonstration dubbed the Million Masked March. Despite the protest being dubbed as peaceful, there was a heavy police presence. The event happens every year on the same date, the 5th of November, a date associated with an attempted attack on Parliament in 1605. But instead of the tradition of burning an effigy of one of the culprits, Guy Fawkes, on a bonfire each year, the group don masks that they say are symbolic to standing up to Parliament. Amongst other things, Anonymous say they are protesting against austerity, infringement of our rights, and mass surveillance.
Disorder. We do not want to interfere with a peaceful event or with your right to protest.
There's a lot of government corruption going on. There's lots of economical problems, but there's also lots of environmental problems going on in the world that our governments are not actually doing anything to help. But if, in all honesty, they're promoting the problems that we do have for their political and financial gain. So obviously, as a collective, we've all come out today to kind of stand and say we're not happy with our government. The people need to be listened to.
They say they are fighting to put an end to the government's abuses of power and promoting freedom and liberty.
Uses of power and promoting freedom and liberty.
Those that govern our money have to be held accountable for it. And they spend our money, and we've got to hold them to account for it. And sometimes they spend it without being held to account, because they think they can just do what they want. They don't want to do the will of the people, they want to do their will.
These masks, made famous by the movie V for Vendetta, are now a trademark of the Anonymous group, who asked people that were coming out to protest tonight to cover their faces and protect their identities. When this tradition began in 2011, it was originally called Op Vendetta, with only 50 people turning up. Within a year, this number had grown to 2,000, and this year looked to be even more than that. Despite a few heated moments between police and demonstrators, no arrests were reportedly made.
You know what I mean? It's not about what you have. You just be grateful for the things you don't have. More money, more problems, and denial. That's an important one, denial. A lot of people You know, you look up in the skies, you must be able to see what's going on. It's kind of impossible to ignore it at this point.
Greetings.
We are anonymous.
We'll begin by refreshing memories as to what went before in discussing the theme of the Joker. I have been talking about a point of view, the Joker's point of view, from which not only our social institutions, but also all the formations of the natural world are seen as games.
Shall we play a game?
Be careful of the word game. It doesn't mean as trivialities, because when we say it's just a game, this often means it is just trivial.
Shall we play a game?
There can be important games, as when we play the piano or musical instruments. We are not necessarily doing something frivolous, but we are playing.
We are anonymous.
And there is something in the nature of all play that is not serious, but at the same time may be sincere. And I tried to give you the picture of the multiplicity of natural forms on the one hand, and of human social institutions, and all the things that we do and consider important and busy ourselves with as human beings. I tried to give you the point of view from which these can be seen as games, as things being done, as it were, simply for themselves, and not for some ulterior motive. And therefore, these games are in a way best played when they are played as games. Although it's really all right for people to take them seriously, except that they are a little bit deprived. They're missing something. And so when the Joker sees a person taking his life seriously and regarding himself as extremely important, there is something a little bit funny about it, and he is inclined to get the giggles.
Shall we play a game?
And it's all he knows, that the very intensity of seriousness with which the individuals concerned are taking these games will be a kind of foil for the subsequent bursting into laughter when he sees that it wasn't serious after all. You see that? You might say there are these classes of people. There are the very far out people and the very far in people. Now, ordinarily we say someone's very far out when they are oddballs.
We are anonymous.
When they are exceedingly unconventional. But I want you to turn the picture round and look as a conventional person. Look at a square as a person who's very far out. That is to say, he is so involved in the seriousness of the game he is playing that he is lost. He doesn't know where he started from, and he thinks he's there. But he's completely lost, because he is actually under the cover of his assurance, of his status, of his position in society. He's really a very anxious person. I said a lot yesterday about the way in which our society shows anxiety because it cannot permit the existence of people who don't belong. And it cannot really permit the criticism of laughter.
Shall we play a game?
Put that in hacker terms. Anonymous is a hornet's nest.
Put that in hacker terms. Anonymous is a hornet's nest.